Hey guys, this is Luthais and welcome back. Boy, did I miss you guys. Sorry for being away so long. A lot has been happening, and life hits you with a 10-pound hammer now and then. But I'm back, guys. That's the most important thing. And we're kicking off today with the Woodhaven looting guide. And yes, felt great being back. I was without an internet line for probably about a month or so. So yes, just feels great. And yes, looking at Woodhaven, the first place that I love in the Woodhaven area is this little house over here on the dam. And the reason I love this place is because it's a great place to get rope. We've got about four rope, or three rope stashes here. And you've got your water. You can find a weapon inside the house. You've got a bunch of mushrooms around the dam, which is fantastic. And like I say, you can get weapons. You've got a place to cook some meat. You've got a source of water. You've got two places that you can cook meat. And like I say, three sources, three world items here where you can get rope directly, which makes your crafting of your horseshoe pack and your fanny pack much easier and much quicker. So yes, places where you can get rope directly is very positive for me. And like I said, I like the house as well because there's a lot of times that I found weapons or just cool clothing inside the house. So right off the bat, you can probably defend yourself against mutants, and you can probably kill a player if you're nice and skilled. But yes, this area is just a fantastic starting point with the rags specifically. And yes, you can get some nice clothing as well. So the reason why the rope is so important is so that you can just stack up on the rags for healing. And then right down the road from there, you've got this little farm here with a farmhouse. And yes, another fantastic place. And I mean, it's right up, very close to Woodhaven, and a very great area again for rags. And like you can see, I can make my fanny pack immediately. So yes, just a great place again for hidden areas. You've got the garage for car parts. You've got the chicken coops at the back for food. There's there's two vehicle spawns on the farm. One is a bit higher up where you can get the cave. Basically just following past the farmhouse, you just follow the gravel road all the way up and you'll start hearing mutants and just follow the mutant sounds. That's where the cave is. So there's a vehicle spawn there and there's a quad spawn in one of the storage units at the back of the farm. So yes, again, great for guides. It's a quiet place. You won't find you won't really run into other players here a lot. And then one thing that I want you guys to focus on is I see people scanning through garages or storage units very quickly. But when you get into a storage unit that has these little boxes at the back, the little wooden crates, or the foot lockers, please go through these foot lockers as thoroughly as you can, because I have gotten some great loot in them. Like for instance sake, there I found a holocite, and yes, antibiotics. Overall, when focused on where you find these storage units with these foot lockers, because at the moment the percentage of good loot inside them is quite nice. I don't know if it was just my luck, but I must say over the last 2 or 3 months, looking at these foot lockers, they've always got a surprise for me. So really something that you guys can focus on. Again, you can grow food here at the back, and the cave is up there. And then as you exit the farm, between the farm and Woodhaven, you'll find this little abandoned camping site. And yet again, it's got the unit with the foot lockers, which is always important to focus on that. And as you can see, I really try and make sure I don't miss anything at the foot lockers. And then when you're done there, you're coming into the main entrance. Now, looking at the main entrance, we've got the factory buildings to our right, which is mainly for car parts. Of course, in the office block, you'll find some random weapons and backpacks, clothing. But the right-hand side of Woodhaven is majority for car parts, and the office block is a good option, basically just for scoping the area out. Okay, but personally, I will be going onto the hill to scope the area out. But yes, the office block at the moment is a bit of a waste of time for me. I'm just showing you guys what you can get inside here. But really, the days that we got a lot of weapons in the offices with all the computers and the desks, those days are unfortunately long gone, and you need to be very lucky to find something in the office block, especially on a full server. Okay, I struggle to find something in an office block on an empty server. Okay, so for me personally, the office block is more of a combat orientated building. It's to see everything around you, to maybe spot other players. And then of course it's got good scoping sites like this. I like this area over here, because it's got a view of everything. And normally when people run onto the roof, they don't focus on this area, so they'll run onto the roof and check if anyone's on the roof. So yes, it's quite a nice place, and like you can say, a great viewing angle on the entrance of Woodhaven, and of course right around you. And there's a lot of people always looking for car parts, so just a nice area to scope the area out at. So for me, the office block is more PvP orientated, and not really something where you're going to find a lot of great loot. The garage is the gas station is always a place that I loot thoroughly. I never skip the garage, the gas stations, and I have found, I must say, the percentage that I find guns or good loot here is quite high. I'm almost never disappointed when I leave a gas station, except for on a full server. On full servers, gas stations are the locations that people are going to loot quite regularly. But yes, on quiet servers, there's almost no reason, and even on full servers, there's no reason to not come in here, because you'll always be able to find some medication and some components that you'll need for crafting. And at the back, there's always some vehicle parts in case you're trying to build up a vehicle. And the chances of getting a backpack at the back of a garage, a storage unit, is quite high, which makes it a very, very good option when you're starting out. Again, when you're geared, I think it's more a PvP situation, because you can go onto the roof, and like I said, of course there's the backpack immediately. And of course good medication. So it's not only for car parts, guys. There's good clothing there, there's backpacks, there's nails for your base. So yes, there's various items that you can find at the back, even a gun. So like I say, Skipping a gas station is not a good idea. The fire station, again, something that I tend not to skip. And I'd say the loot that you can find inside the fire station can be compared to the gas station. And one thing with a fire station is not to search what you can see. Again, the searchable items is your main focus in a building like this. You can look for items, but the loot that you're going to find is by searching. All the lockers, all the cupboards and everything. Just search the world items and you'll be able to come out of here with quite a bit of loot. Again, the fire station is a great place for vehicle parts because you do tend to get a lot of tires and stuff and batteries at the main entrance of the fire station. And the lockers do tend to give you good loot, and I have found 80-15s and stuff like that on top of the lockers as well. So yes, this is a very nice area to loot and definitely something that shouldn't be skipped. But again, what we are focusing on here is the world items, which in my opinion is where you are going to find the guides that you need and most of the cool loot, and then of course your guns will be spawning in open sites, so you really have to look for your guns. And yeah, it's going to be very little that you find guns in world items. It's more your ammo that you'll find in world items. The shops all around Woodhaven, there's a lot of them, and again you must look behind the counters for gun spawns. And yes, in most of the shops you're going to find some vehicle parts or food, which is always important. And yes, most of them have these lockers in them, which again is a very important place to search. You never know what you're going to get. And of course they've got some gun spawns as well. But personally for me, the shops again aren't a very, very high priority rate, since you're running around quite a lot between the shops, so the chance that someone's going to spot you is quite high. And yes, basically it's just in the supermarkets and the shop and saves that you'll find a good gun behind the counter. Like I'm finding a revolver here, so you can find various weapons behind the cashier counters. But the shop and saves and the supermarkets are the only places where it's worth it, because you might find some good food and you might find a weapon as well. And that's a good combination for me. But when I'm looking at the shops overall, then yes, taking the risk going through all of them, doesn't really help me a lot. This specific shop that we're looting now, the hardware store, is still something that I'd like to go through. But even this hardware store used to be great for loot. You used to find weapons in the top room quite often. But at the moment, even on empty servers, not that the server's empty, there's just very, very little players on the server. But yes, I'm still struggling to find a weapon in the hardware store, where it was always a great location for me to get nails and a gun and some other parts. But at the moment, I'd say if you can skip the shops, if you're desperate for a gun, just look behind the counters. if you want vehicle parts or base parts, then sure, you know, go through all the shops and the garages. I mean, the base parts and the vehicle parts are very, very close to one another. And yeah, I was looking to have some fun here, and it almost backfired on me. Yeah, guys, taking on a bear is never a good idea. I don't even know why I thought I was going to be safe there, because a bear can go over a wall. But yet, remember guys, this is another tip. You don't have to go outside to hunt for animals or for meat. Holy shit. This was really, really close, guys. I mean, taking a risk like this is not necessary at all. I just got very, very lucky. But yes, what I wanted to say is, if you loot towns, you will encounter a deer, like in I Am Legends. You will find deers walking through the towns, or bears, you know, coming into close proximity. And I like the fact that the developers put those spawn ranges inside the towns, because it feels really cool, you know, seeing a deer walking through the street or encountering a bear. And again, it's a good source for your meat as well. Like you see, I've got 5 bear pieces there. And now if you go to consumables and food, in your crafting guide, you can use the salt to cure your meat. Okay, and salt you will find inside the cabinets. So just remember that. If you think hunger is going to become a problem at some stage, just when you search the cabinets of the kitchens, just take the salt that you encounter. 1 or 2 salt pots will be more than enough, because the meat that you cure is going to give you about 36, roughly 35% food. You know, so that will keep you quite safe. If you want to play it safe, take 3 pots of salt. And then, you know, when you shoot a deer, you'll get at least 3 pieces of meat. And when you kill a bear, you'll get 5 pieces of meat, okay? Which will make sure that you don't die of hunger. And of course, the cured meat has got no negative effect on you. But the raw meat will have negative effects on you, like poison and stuff like that. Now, the houses, in my opinion, is, yeah, it's just the best places to loot. It's quick. It's time consuming. That's one thing I can tell you. It's time consuming. But yes, like you can see, finding an AK and a magazine in the open. So again, yes, you do get your gun spawns. And yes, it's all about timing, because every spawner's got a certain percentage random generator, you know, on what you're going to find on that specific spot. Maybe there's nothing on that spot, 0.1. Then there's a major percentage that you're going to find something that's low-level gear, you know, not major. Then there's a medium percent chance that you're going to find something with medium, you know, medium coolness. And then there's a very, very low percentage chance that you're going to find AKs or ATs or something really epic. And then there's like a 0.0001, you know, something like that, that you're going to find rare weapons, you know, like the M249 or hand grenade, a landmine. Those are very rare as well. So yes, it's all about timing. It's a bit about luck, but your efforts does make a big difference. Okay, I know looting houses is a very time-consuming thing, and a lot of us, you know, don't always want to do it. But yes, this is more or less what you're going to look like, guys, if you've looted all the houses. And I think Woodhaven is a great place. And yes, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Leave a like if you like this video. And yeah, see you in the next video, guys. It's great to be back. And yes, enjoy it.
Underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets.